Hello and welcome to another episode of the Confessions of a Yarn Addict podcast. Today I'm going to share what I've been knitting and what has stopped me from knitting and what I wanted to knit this week. Progress on my advent project, in case you're not watching Vlogmas, and a few other things. So welcome if you're new here. My name is Anniken. I design knitting patterns. I teach knitting workshops online and in person, and I sell yarn through my website yarnaddict.co.uk. I'm doing Vlogmas at the moment. I'm not releasing daily videos because that's just too much. I'm releasing videos on Tuesdays and Saturdays for Vlogmas. And then I'm trying to do a podcast on Thursdays. So podcast today, and then there's hopefully going to be a podcast next Thursday, and then that's probably going to be it for podcast for December. Because the following week we go to Norway. So there will be Vlogmas videos the week before Christmas. But I don't think I'll record a podcast because I'd have to record it in Norway, and I don't think I want to do that. But there will be Vlogmas videos because we'll be doing Christmassy things and I will be vlogging. So if you haven't caught up with my Vlogmas videos, I hope you'll do so. I'll pop the link to my Vlogmas playlist below. I am not releasing daily videos, as I said, so there's only 2 Vlogmas videos a week, and then the week before Christmas there'll probably be 3. But one of the main things I'm doing during my Vlogmas videos is obviously opening my advent calendar. So let's start with that, and I'll show you what I'm knitting with one of them. So I'm recording this on the 5th of December, and I am actually cheating a bit, which if you've been watching Vlogmas you'll be aware of. I started filming Vlogmas a few days early, and I'm trying to open my advent calendars a few days ahead of time, because with one of them, I have 2, with one of them I'm knitting my poinsettia blanket, which is on the edge of my desk here, so let me just show you. So it is that one. I'm not going to hold it all the way out, but I will link the video I filmed about it below, and you can find the patterns in my Ravelry and Payhip online shops. Also, in case I forget, I have 25% off all my patterns for the whole month of December. You can I made a mistake last week. I put out one code in the YouTube video, and then when I wrote my newsletter I put another code, so I have 2 codes. You can use either. So to get 25% off all my patterns on Ravelry and Payhip, you can use either code DEC25, DEC25, or DEC23, DEC23. I'll put all the details below, so if you missed that, you'll find it below. Another thing I want to mention in case I forget is that my successful brioche online course is now available. It launched last Thursday. Thank you to everyone who's signed up so far. I'm so thrilled. Within minutes of sending out my newsletter last week, I had my first sign up, which was such a relief, because you create these things and then you think, what if nobody likes it? But quite a few of you joined already, so I really appreciate that. It is a self-guided online course taking you right through from how to knit single colour brioche, 2-colour brioche rib, syncopated brioche, and then increases and decreases to create a beautiful brioche patterns that we probably all really admire, and how to fix some simple mistakes like drop stitches and picking brioche, knitting brioche in the round, a few things like that. So quite a comprehensive course, I think, but it's not so massive that it'll take you all year to work through it. You can work through it at your own pace, in your own time. You keep indefinite access to the material, and if you have any questions, I will be there to help you along the way. So you can ask me a question after every lesson, and if you need to, I will record extra videos and things like that to explain things if that's necessary. For the month of December, I have an introductory price of, I think it's £25. I have a UK price and a US price because I used to only be able to do US prices, but Rizuku, where I host my workshops, have updated, so I can now do UK pounds as well, which is brilliant because I used to take all the payments in US dollars. So I actually have an option so you can pay in US dollars or UK pounds. I've tried to work out the exchange rate so it's roughly the same. Obviously that varies from day to day, and I'm not going to check it every day and change it. I'll check it occasionally when I know there's been a big change in exchange rate. So, you know, you might want to check which one is most advantageous to you. And you can pay either PayPal or you can pay using credit card or debit card without using PayPal, which is a new option that I managed to set up last week, so I'm very proud of myself. Okay, if you are signed up to my newsletter, you will get an extra, I think it's 10% off with the code in my newsletter, but that's only for newsletter subscribers. If you haven't signed up, make sure you sign up so you don't miss out. But £25 is a great deal anyway, and after Christmas or from January it'll be £30. Okay, so let's have a look at my advent calendars first. Before I start, I haven't done a ton of knitting this week because last week you may remember that I was working really hard on finishing something for a magazine deadline, and then when I finished that I went back to working on some other projects. And then I remember that one of my sample knitters had sent back this garment, but she'd said something like, in case you want to add length, I haven't joined the shoulders something. At the time I was like, why would I want to add length? And then when I actually got it downstairs and looked at it, because I suddenly remembered it, I think it was like Friday evening, I thought, oh, deadline is soon. So I brought it downstairs and I thought, I'll just join the shoulders. So I did, and then I looked at it and I thought, no, I need to knit more. The length from the underarm to the shoulder wasn't long enough, so I had to unpick it again, and unpicking a 3-needle cast off is not much fun, but I did it. I added the extra length, knitted the button band, added the sleeves, which aren't full length sleeves because of the shaping. They're like shorter, they're long sleeves, but they don't start at the shoulder. Don't want to give away too much. So I've been working really hard on that all weekend. Yesterday I got to the point at lunchtime where I thought, I'm not going to finish this today. I'm going to have to ask for an extension because I have to post it today for it to get there by tomorrow, which is the deadline. And then I thought, I'll see how much I get done, because if I don't get done yesterday, maybe I can get it done today, because I'm not planning to work this afternoon because I'm having a dental extraction. I lost the crown up here few weeks ago, and it's come out quite a few times, and the last time it fell out they said they can't put it back in because I've lost too much of the tooth. What's left of the tooth is too weak, so they're gonna have to pull what's left out, and I'm having that done later this morning, which is why I'm filming now. I also didn't sleep very well last night, which I'll come to in a minute. Nothing to do with the tooth, by the way. I've had quite a few dental extractions because I have a lot of dental problems, so I'm not worried about it, but some of mine have been quite tricky. So because of that, and because I didn't sleep very well last night, I'm probably going to take this afternoon off and just sit in it, maybe go to bed for a bit. But yesterday I was thinking, if I knit this morning, walk the dog, go to the dentist, come back and knit, I might be able to finish it and get in the post by the end of today. And we decorated a Christmas tree last night, so that took quite a bit of time. So that was like an hour and a half I didn't knit, and then I stayed up a bit later than normal to get some more knitting done. So when I went to bed, I only had like, I think less than 8 rounds, maybe a rib to do on the sleeve, and I've done all the sewing up, so I just need to weave in all the ends and put the buttons on and press it. I wasn't going to block it, I was just going to steam press it. So I thought, well, I can get that done today. So I went to bed, woke up about midnight, I think, and I couldn't get back to sleep. I just kept thinking about this garment, and I thought, if I get up rather than lying here and tossing and turning, I can probably get it done. So I got up and I stayed up for like 2 hours and I got it done. So it is now ready. It's all packed up, ready to go to the post office before I go to the dentist. So I'm really pleased about that. But that has affected my knitting time a bit this week. But I have knitted a bit. So let's talk about my advent calendar first. So I have two, as I mentioned, with my Yarn Unique one, which is a Neon DK advent calendar. I'm knitting my poinsettia blanket. And this is day 1, 2, and 3. Hang on. That's day 1 because it has red in it. Day 2 and day 3. Day 3 is a little bit lighter than day 2, but I must admit I can't tell a huge amount of difference. So I've crocheted those together. And then I've knitted up day 4 and 5. I'm just trying to think when this goes out. So it's day 5 when I film this. 6. Oh, this goes out on day 7. Okay. I'm okay showing this. I don't want to spoil anyone's surprise. So this is day 4. Which is going more into like a brighter limey yellowy green with pink. I blocked it, I haven't crocheted it on. I'm going to do that this afternoon, I think. And then day 5 is yellow with pink. So we're changing colours now. And then, so what's that, 5, 6, day 6. 5, 6, yeah, so that's Wednesday. So I'll show up to day 6 and then I won't show you more. If you want to see the rest, join me for Vlogmas on Saturday. So day 6 is this. So we're still doing yellow, and I think it's a little bit darker than that yellow. At least it looks like that in the skein. But then it has purple. The other yellow had pink. This one has purple. They all seem to have this contrast color on the end. So that's day 6. I'm going to knit this up today. I'm going to crochet the other ones together, and then I'm all up to date on that. I'd like to try and finish this blanket before we go to Norway, which means I need to open them a few days ahead of time, but I'll make sure I don't reveal anything ahead of time. And then my other advent calendar, which I haven't knitted yet, I'll show you that as well, the days I've opened. So I've opened day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I've strung them on here so I can show them off easier. So day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's a fade, and the end fades back into the beginning. So I really like this. This is sock yarn, 20, both the DK and the sock yarn one are 20 gram skeins. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I was going to see how the colours work out. This is from Truly Hooked, and so far I'm really loving it. So I will put the links to both Truly Hooked and Yarn Unique below this video. This is my jumper, or cardigan I think it's going to be, which I took off the needles last night. I put them on these Barbie cords, I think they're called, and pinned it out. It's quite long, quite wide actually. I was surprised. I can't remember what length, what like width I wanted it, but these blocked out really well, so I'm really happy with that. So it's dry. I actually did it, I soaked it properly and everything last night. And it's now dry, so I'm going to unpin it, and then I'm going to leave it here just to see if it shrinks, how much it shrinks back by, because I think it'll shrink back a bit. But I've not got that much left to go till I reach the underarm, I don't think. I need to change yarn because I've used up half of this purple yarn, so I'm thinking maybe I will leave this on hold, pick up the stitches for the shoulders and start the front, because I don't know which colour to add in next. So after this last thing I did 2 rows of the purple. I'd done quite a bit more, so I unpicked quite a lot. I think I mentioned that in my last podcast, but yeah, you can see as soon as I undo this it kind of relaxes back a bit. So I'm going to leave it for a bit, it's mid-morning now, so I'm probably going to leave it till lunchtime and see if it shrinks back a bit, and then take a measurement, and then probably knit the front, I think, and then block it again and try it on to decide how long I want the armhole to be, because I'm knitting this top down. The thing I worked a little bit on is my cardigan, I think it's going to be. So I originally wound one skein. I'll just see what this colour is called. It's from Pixie Yarn, and it is that one. I have the label stuck on a notice board on my desk. So it's sock fingering weight, superwash merino nylon, and it's called Dance. Let me just put these back where they were so I don't lose them. It's called Dance, and I knitted it I knitted a few rounds more than this, probably about 10 rounds more than this, and then I weighed the yarn, and I've used up over half the skein, and I want to use the same amount for the front, so I unripped, so I'd used less than half the skein. I added these elongated cross stitches. Am I showing you the right side? Yes, I am. It's all in garter stitch. I need to knit it longer to get to the underarms, but I stopped there, and then I picked up stitches for the front. So let me just, so the front, I've only done a few rounds on the front, so the front will fold over. Where is the join? There, that's the join. So I've only done a few rounds on the front, of one front. So I'm going to knit the front to the same length as this, and then I need to decide which colour to change to, and I haven't decided that yet. So I also haven't decided on the neck shaping. I had one idea which I've gone away from now, so I need to decide on the neck shaping and write that out. So I need to do that probably tomorrow, I think. I think I'm going to focus on getting this knitted up today, and I also have some stuff I need to do for a workshop on Friday. So I think I'm going to leave that cardigan till tomorrow and then carry on with that tomorrow. The other thing I worked on is, I haven't worked on this in the last week, but I did work on it before. I didn't talk about this in the last podcast, but I had worked on it since the last time I talked about it. Does that make sense? So I haven't worked on it in this last week, but I've worked on it since the last time I talked about it. So, and I don't have any yarn attached at the moment, which makes it a lot easier to show you. So I'm very keen to get this finished. I would love to get it finished before Christmas. It's 2 weeks today till we go to Norway, so I don't have a lot of time, but it is nearly long enough. I compared it with another blanket I have downstairs that's about the same width, and I probably need to crochet about that much longer if I wanted the same length. So I'm nearly there, and then I need to do an edging. Oh, I do have yarn attached. Oh, the yarn's here. So I'm using those two balls, which is Manos Uruguay Alegria. Alegria, or is it Alegria? Somebody can speak Spanish, let me know. I'm learning Spanish, but I haven't learned that word yet. So this is what it looks like. I'm doing 3 rows of each colour. I'm holding 2 strands together. Sometimes they're the same colour, sometimes they're different colours. So it's a very, very crazy granny stripes blanket. The edges are not straight because I messed up the shaping at the edges a few times, but that's fine. I'm going to knit on an edging when I'm using it as a blanket. Nobody's going to see it. I just did this to use up some of my sock yarn leftovers. I'm trying to just use superwash sock yarn, superwash merino or wool, or superwash nylon, superwash wool and nylon. So I'm going to try and work on this a bit this week and see if I can get it to a point where I can start the edging, because it would be great to finish this before I go to Norway. I don't know whether I'm going to do the edging in stripes. I am thinking about, because I have this colour left from knitting a hat, and you know, that's gorgeous colour, matches my nails. I would like to do the edging in this, but it's probably not enough to do the whole edging. I don't know what I'm going to do for the edging. Might look at what I did for my other corner to corner crochet blanket and do something similar. I just made that up on the go and I didn't write it down, so who knows. Or I might just do granny stripes around the edging as well. I have no idea. I'll see what I come up with when I go and do that later on this week. Okay, let me show you something that arrived this week. I talked about this in Vlogmas. Pretty sure it arrived after I filmed last week's podcast. I don't think I talked about it last week, but I definitely talked about it in Vlogmas. This is the problem with doing podcasts and Vlogmas. I get confused about what I've talked about when. But I was tempted by Pixie Yarn. So I have some mini skeins and a few different coloured skeins from her that I'm combining into this cardigan. But I don't know if I have enough. So I looked on her website. I have the You've probably heard me say this before, but just in case you're new here, she's done this quarterly club this year with mini skeins. So this is the Spring Equinox. I got the solid sock yarn set, and I got the speckled sparkly set. Yeah, sparkly sock set. They may go into my cardigan. Then I have the yarn that's used in my cardigan, and the, let's see if it's in here. Don't think it is, but this solid color there, or semi-solid color there, is from the summer solstice mini skein set. I didn't like the autumn equinox set. It was kind of very autumnal tones, which I'm not that keen on, but I quite like the winter solstice set. And then she's also done the Yule solstice set. So I didn't know whether to get the winter solstice or the Yule set. I ended up getting the Yule set. I'm kind of regretting not getting the summer solstice, so the winter solstice set. Although I did go back and look at it and thought, shall I, shan't I? And I didn't get it, but I did get the Yule solstice set, which is this, which is speckled. Because I thought if I don't use it for anything else in this cardigan, I could possibly use it with that. I don't know. So I got that, and then I couldn't resist this skein because it's just perfect and beautiful. Pinks and blues and speckles and purples, and it's just gorgeous. And this is Pixie yarn as well. Fingering weight sock yarns. It's the same as all the other yarns, and it's called Peace Blossom. So I'll link Pixie yarns below as well. Then another yarn acquisition that arrived. So this is from Magazine Design, which I also have to. Deadline is not till January. I think I'm going to knit it myself because it's not that big, and I can probably cast on when we come back from Norway and finish it in time. But I think I'm going to try and cast it on before we go and at least get started on it. Maybe if I put my mind to it, I could finish it before we go, but I don't know. So I'll probably start it next week. But the yarn arrived a couple of days ago, and it is Macintosh Donegal Rich Tweed DK. I used this one and a purple one for a brioche Mobius wrap that was in Knitting Magazine. End of last year, earlier this year, beginning of this year, I can't remember. But I'm actually working on the pattern at the moment to get it tech edited again, to get it released self-published. So I'm working on that at the moment. It's lying, the reason I keep looking down is because it's lying just here, but there's a pile of stuff on top of it, so I'm not going to pull it out. And I've also, the thing I've just finished last night, which is in my all packed up ready to post, is also this yarn in a different colour. So I've used this yarn a lot. I really, really like it. It's got these like colourful speckles in it, and you got the same thing in the blue one. Really like Macintosh yarns. I do have an affiliate link, so if you're interested in Macintosh yarns to do loads of different yarns, I've used them for quite a few magazine designs. Really, really like them. If you're interested in the affiliate link, in ordering from them, sorry, if you use my affiliate link, it means I just get a tiny percentage. Doesn't cost you any more, but it just helps me. All that kind of stuff just goes towards supporting this channel, and it means that I can invest in better equipment. I'd like to get a better camera next year. If you feel like supporting me and you fancy buying some Macintosh yarn, use my affiliate link below, and then I would be really, really grateful. Thank you. So I think that's more or less everything. I'm going to show you this. I'm almost ready to release this pattern. I think there's like one edit left to do, and I need to add a description and photos. And I don't know if I'm going to do that today because I need to walk the dog now, and then go and get this tooth sorted out, and I don't know how fit I'm going to be this afternoon. But I might release this pattern this week. So this is based on a pattern I released years ago called Arctic Circle, which was knitted in lace weight yarn, and it had a bit of shaping in it, but it basically used this pattern and it didn't have beads. So it is a completely new pattern in that it uses a different yarn. This is DK, it has beads, and it doesn't have the shaping that Arctic Circle has. So I called it Arctic Lights, and it is beautiful. This bright pink is very difficult on screen because it's so bright, but it has beads. Very simple cowl. It uses DK yarn. That's what's left. That is oh, what is it? I got it in London at Loop, and it is the Uncommon Thread, I think it's the Uncommon Thread. I'll put the details below. Let me just wait and see how much yarn I actually used, because I have the rest of the yarn here so I can weigh it. Okay, so I used about 70 grams of DK yarn. Let's use my tiny little scales here. So 70 grams of DK yarn and some beads. It's knitted in the round, and it's a very simple lace pattern. It'd be very quick to knit up. I think I knitted in like maybe a couple of days. It didn't take me very long at all, so it's very quick and easy to knit up. So if you want a last minute Christmas present, this would be perfect. Hopefully it will be out the same day this video is out. If it's not, it'll be out next week. So if it's not out, bear with me. If it is out, I'll pop the link below. If the link's not there, then it's not out yet. But I'm hoping it will be out the same day as this video is out. Last weekend we went to Buckland Abbey, which is a National Trust property in Devon. It's been there loads and loads of times because it's one of our local National Trust properties. It is an old abbey which was then extended into a home. At some point it was owned by Sir Francis Drake, who is famous, I think, for defeating the Spanish Armada, or he was part of defeating the Spanish Armada. The abbey has a lot of the house has like a whole floor at the top, or a whole big room at the top, where they have loads of like museum interactive stuff aimed at kids really, but also like posters on the walls explaining stuff about the Spanish Armada and Sir Francis Drake and things like that. Then they had loads of interactive stuff for kids. So it's a really good property to visit, especially if you have children. There's also gardens and some quite good walks near the property. And coffee shop and all that kind of stuff. But at the moment they've set it up for Christmas, so they have this big old barn which they've set up loads of Christmas trees in, and this year the theme was Frost Fair in this barn, and so I filmed a bit there. They also had rooms in the house decorated for Christmas, so I filmed a bit there, and I've shared that in the Vlogmas episode 2, well, the one that was out on Tuesday. So I'll link that below, so if you want to fancy having a look at that, please check out the video for Vlogmas episode 2, which was out on Tuesday, and I'll link it below. I don't know what's going to be in Vlogmas this Saturday, mainly kind of like a bit of vlogging on and off during the week, and then next Tuesday, I will share what we get up to this weekend. We got some more Christmassy stuff planned this weekend. We also decorated our tree last night, and that will be in Vlogmas this week. So if you fancy a bit of Christmassy stuff, do check out Vlogmas. So far they've been less than 30 minutes long, I think, and they're only twice a week, this week and next week, and then there'll be 3 times probably, hopefully, in the last week before Christmas, but we'll see. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. If you subscribe and like this video, it helps me a lot. Also commenting helps me a lot. It just tells YouTube to show it to more people, so I would really appreciate that. We have passed 2,500 subscribers now, which I'm really excited about. My goal was to get to 3,000 this year, and I don't think we're going to quite get there, but if you can help me get there, I would be forever grateful. Thank you. So yeah, that's it. If you don't forget, I have 25% off all my patterns this month. All the details are below, and my successful brioche online course is £25 plus an extra 10% if you are subscribed to my newsletter. Link to subscribe to my newsletter is also below this video, or you can go to yarnaddict.co.uk. You can find all my beautiful yarns on yarnaddict.co.uk, as well as my book, Easy Lace Knits, Speed the Lace Knitting. It appears to be out of stock at the moment. I haven't been able to get it all year, which is a bit frustrating. But if you're looking for a Christmas present for somebody who likes lace knitting, Easy Lace Knits is perfect. And you can also get a successful brioche knitting for somebody as a present. I don't know if there's a way of gifting it through Rizuku, so if you want to do that, do email me and then we can sort it out. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.